Well, if you love mystery novels and you're ready for your next page turner, then you're going to want to meet our next guest, folks. His book takes you to Greece for a murder investigation that has bodies, bones, and suspects with every page. Pittsburgh native Jeffrey Siger joins us this morning to tell us all about his thriller, Murder in Mykonos, which I was mispronouncing earlier, although you said over in Greece, they say...
You had the right pronunciation for a Greek.
Mykonos, I think, is what I was saying back a few minutes ago. But anyway, Jeff, it's good to see you.
John, a pleasure.
Welcome. It's nice to have you. Former attorney, now best-selling writer, and I mean that. This is the #1 English language novel in Greece. What inspired you to write it? And tell us more about your connection, because you spend a good part of the year in Greece, don't you?
Yes, I now spend half of the year in Greece. About 25 years ago, a friend of mine suggested I should go to Greece on holiday. She said I would love it. She was right. And I always wanted to write a book that would show what I appreciated about Greece, about its culture, its people. But I don't write about flowers or pelicans or tavernas. I write murder mysteries. So I was looking for the right storyline that would give me the perfect way to make Mykonos a central character in the book, and show not just the murder mystery, but how it exists and the inside story on Mykonos. And then the story hit me, and voila, here we are.
But let's go back just a couple of sentences. You said you write murder mysteries, but wait a minute, you were an attorney. When did you decide that, okay, I want to be a writer, and realize that you had a gift for it?
Well, I always wanted to be a writer, and I've been writing for a dozen years. I realized I had a gift for it. As a matter of fact, a local Pittsburgher saw some of my writing, and she said, you really should do this. So listening to her, I gave...
Was this your sister-in-law?
No, Pat. No,
Siger?
it was a friend of ours.
Okay.
And I basically then walked away from a good-paying job to become a starving writer. So I want to thank Pittsburgh for helping me again in my life.
Wow.
No, it's been fun. But I basically felt that that was what I wanted to do. And honestly, once I realized that there was something that I wouldn't live forever, and this is something I wanted to do.
That will live forever.
That will, well, yes, that will live forever. It was relatively easy. A lot of people, they have a position in the world, and they're afraid to give up their position, that pecking order, because they are what they think what they do. I never had that problem. So once I decided this is what I wanted to do, I just went and did it.
Yeah, but you were with a successful firm in New York City.
Correct.
Then you started your own firm.
Correct.
Then you decided to... Did you chuck it all for writing, or did you do a little of both for a while and then move into writing full time? Because you got a sequel to this coming out soon, don't you?
Yes, I do. Next January it comes out.
Right.
And I'm working on the
movie
third.
rights, possibly.
Possibly.
All that going on.
All that's going on. It's been
You've got a whole new career.
Yes, I do. It's been, well, your life, I always believe your best years are ahead of you, so you got to find something to do for the rest of those years.
Okay.
And it's been glorious. I mean, honestly, to be honest, the money's nowhere like what it was when I was an attorney.
Not yet.
But the fun and the personal satisfaction is immeasurably more.
Tell me about the folks in Mykonos. How do they feel about the book? Obviously, it's a #1 bestseller in English language, bestseller in Greece. So there's something going on over there. Did they like it? Did they have questions about it? Were some of them upset? How'd they take it?
Well, some thought they would hang me from a tree in the harbor because I'm writing about a serial killer in the midst of their tourist paradise.
Right.
Luckily, they don't have trees in the harbor, but they have a lot of lampposts. And that's happened, by the way, to some writers. They haven't been hung, literally, but they've been excluded from the areas they wrote about because the locals were very unhappy. In my case, they liked it. Well, first of all, they knew that I love the people, I respect them, and I wrote the story as a Myconian would paint it. In fact, Esquire magazine in Greece described this book as, there were 10 million Greeks, 5 million think they're writers. Why did it take a foreigner to write this book? I mean, and my mother didn't write that either, Pat.
And right now it's doing really well. Give me some other cities. Denver loves it.
Well, I did a book signing out there, and it was #1 that week of all fiction books, #1 of all.
Nice.
It was on a top 10 mystery bestsellers for February in Seattle and San Diego, hopefully in Pittsburgh, because I'll be signing in Pittsburgh here tomorrow.
And tell me where you're from in Pittsburgh.
Morningside. I grew up in Morningside.
City kid.
Oh, definitely city kid. I grew up within shouting distance of the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I went to Morningside and went to Peabody, and then I went to Washington Jefferson.
Gotcha.
And then I deviated. I went to Boston for law school and then ended up in New York, but I'm back.
And your brother, Alan, had the good sense to marry a beautiful Tennessee girl.
He always had good sense.
By the name of Pat Siger now, who is Of course, ran Family House for a number of years, and is a friend from way back. It's great.
She's more a sister than a sister-in-law.
Yeah, I bet she is. Good gal. Jeff, thanks so much for coming in, and best of luck with the new novel. It's a wonderful read. I got it started last night. I'll get it finished before the week's out, and I'll look forward to the sequel, which comes out in January, you said?
It comes out in January, and tomorrow night between 7 and 9 will be at Mystery Lovers Bookshop out in Oakmont. For a signing.
That's out by me.
Well, then you come by.
I'm in O'Hara Township, so
well, then you
right
come
across
out.
the river.
This is right across the...
I know right where it is.
Yeah, by the Lavender Bridge.
I'll see you there. It is still a lavender bridge. I call it purple, but it's a light purple or lavender. It's great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you, John.
Best of luck. And for more on Jeff Sieger's book, Murder in Mykonos, log on to kdka.com/PTL. We've set up a link to Jeff's website. There you'll find out everything you need to know about his book. And as Jeffrey was just telling you, you can meet him and get a copy of his book for yourself tomorrow at Mystery Lovers Bookshop. Great bookstore there in Oakmont, PA. He'll be there for a book signing from 7 till 9. That's tomorrow night.